Hello friends, this is Dr. Cheek and this is our last video of the semester. Thank you for your hard work this semester and your interest in comparative politics, and I hope that continues for the remainder of your life. Okay, let's look at a brief update and then a briefer review for exam 3. In terms of an update, I have read most of your papers and have graded them. They all should be online within a day or so. In terms of our final graded exercise of the semester, exam 3, you'll be able to take that exam from Sunday the 3rd of May at 3 a.m. until Tuesday the 5th of May at 12 noon. That's high noon. This exam will be more similar to the first exam, and then I'm going to ask you 5 essay type questions and ask you to base your answers on what you have learned this semester, on the lecture notes, on the textbook, and on the country readings that we've done in the last 4 weeks of the class. If you've not done those readings, you need to prepare. If you've not studied the lecture notes, you'll need to prepare. If you've not looked at the textbook, you'll need to prepare. But it will be largely focused on the lecture notes and the textbook and the readings. I'm going to ask you 5 basic questions. I'm going to give you those questions right now. And so I'm expecting very good, thoughtful responses. Each question should have a response of 200 words or so. One sentence cannot answer this question. 2 sentences can't answer the questions. These are essay, not short answers. This is meant for you to think and work through and then write clearly and effectively. So that's part of this. I'm going to ask basically 5 questions that cover the breadth of what we have studied this semester and the insights that you have learned. I am going to ask 2 questions about specific countries that we have studied. I'm going to ask you about Russia and its political leadership. I'm going to ask you about Mexico. Now, there is a good bit in the textbook, in the lecture notes especially, and in the readings about those 2 countries. Those are 2 countries that we have done a good bit of reading about, so come prepared for that. I might ask you about Russian political leadership. I might ask you about Mexico compared to the United States. The other 3 questions are going to be related to institutions of democratic government. What more appropriate could an exam question be like than to cover those basic issues, since we've concentrated in large part on democratic institutions and countries. The first question I'm going to ask you will be about the role of law and the courts in comparative politics and how they may be different in different countries and may be interpreted and utilized in different countries. The second question, related to institutions of government, will ponder what's the best way to create a legislature from what we have learned this semester about legislative institutions and comparative politics. Congresses, parliaments, for example. And I'm really interested to see how you have read and analyzed comments about bicameralism, about legislatures, parliaments, or congresses with 2 bodies. Not all legislative institutions have 2 bodies. Some have just one. Some of the countries we studied this semester don't really have legislatures that are closest to the people in terms of democratic government. The third question is going to be really one on executive power. It comes right out of the lecture notes, comes right out of the textbook, and something we've talked about all semester. So Russia, Mexico, the courts and law, legislature, and the executive. Again, these are essay questions. These need to be thought through. I'm giving you tremendous hints in advance, and I'm expecting great work. So, final exam, and I'll have to grade this exam very quickly afterwards. You complete it, so there won't be any makeups, any delays, any other hijinks. Sunday, 3 May 3 a.m. to Tuesday, 5 May, 12 noon. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for allowing me to be your professor this semester. I pray that you are well and that your families are well, and I hope our paths cross again. Thank you.